Hello subscribers, it's me Jenny, and this is just a little extra video that I'm doing for a movie that I watched called Only Yesterday. It's a Studio Ghibli film. I got given it for my birthday and I only got around to watching it recently, and because the last couple of weeks Anime Club has been doing animes along a certain theme, and most of them feature at least some point underage children. I kind of was a little bit put off, so I decided to watch this, and I'm really glad I did. It's got the Studio Ghibli beautifulness to it. It's a very beautiful background. You can tell they put in so much effort into making the nature really well done. There's a lot of plant things. It's about a 27-year-old girl who goes on a holiday to go help out with farming in a kind of agricultural community, and she flashes back to herself at 10. So it's half her at 10 and half her at 27, and all of the beautiful nature stuff of her helping out with the farming is just so well done. I really like the different art styles between her as a child, which is of course a little bit cuter and a little bit more classic Studio Ghibli in comparison to her as an older character, because they put a lot of work into making her a little bit more realistic and a little bit less anime. They have things like laughter lines and stuff like that, which is really hard to do because when you're using a kind of slightly more simplistic cartoon style like anime, it's very difficult to get the balance between making them look like an adult and making them look mature and making them look very, very old. And so it's very difficult to get the balance, and they did it really well where they make her look like an adult, and she has the kind of smile lines and stuff, but she doesn't look old. You can see that she's about in her late 20s, early 30s. So I really like that. I really like the fact that they really put a lot of effort into both the background shots and the physical objects, so that it feels really realistic and it feels like you've learned something about agriculture, but also you get this realistic sort of differentiation between younger characters and older characters, which I really liked. I really like the story. I think definitely more aimed at females than males. It's got the 10-year-old story, has some stuff about puberty for girls, and it's done in a very nostalgic, humorous way where you can really see like that's how young boys and young girls would behave in that situation. But a lot of it is still perhaps a bit uncomfortable for boys. And it's really sweet, it's really nostalgic. I really like how the stuff when she's a child, you really feel for this little girl, so that when it has the heartbreaking childhood moments that we all have, you know, when we first hear something that's just breaks our heart and it sticks with you forever, it has those scenes and your heart just goes out to this little girl. Similarly, when she's an adult, you really feel about like her indecision about where she wants to be in her life, and you root for this character in both her young self and her old self. And I really like how the two plot lines really converge, where you really see the hero's journey for both the younger character and the older character, and they're really well synced together, so it doesn't feel out of place at any point. Again, art style is gorgeous, music is just lovely. I think the voice acting is really well done, and you know, it's basically a really good Studio Ghibli film. I think the advantage that this one has over some of the other ones, which could also be a disadvantage, is it's very much set in a real world. Again, you get the older realistic characters, you get the day-to-day life. There's only one scene where it slightly goes into fantasy world, and it is a child's perspective. It is a child's feeling of floating up into the air, and they slightly, you know, go into the realm of fantasy there, but it is kind of, because it's from the point of view of a child, you just get that that's them being emotive. It feels very kind of less anime-y in this. It feels very realistic and very set in reality, so it's a really beautiful anime, and I would recommend it to anyone who likes anime. It's definitely, as I said, perhaps aimed more at girls than boys, but it's very beautiful, very well directed. You can tell how much effort they put into this. So yeah, Only Yesterday, very good anime. Thank you, Sarah, for my birthday present. You're awesome. And yeah, that was just a little extra video because I watched it instead of doing some of the Anime Club videos. Anyway, bye guys!